Well, it's maintenance day on my 2019 Yamaha TTR230. Let's get the disclaimer out there right away. This is my first bike. I've never worked on one before, so the professionals may see some stuff done wrong. I'm making this up as I go. First off, what are the symptoms that told me I needed to do maintenance? I'm super bummed. I know nothing about carburetors, but I'll bet that's where I have to go with this.
Okay, should be coming up to the trench. Here we go. Oh, this is a lot better than it used to be. Here's the trench. How much water's going down it? Whoa! It's full of dirt! Normally this is all... Ah! Ah!
This should be a much easier fix. It's just bending stuff back into place. Let's jump over all the easy stuff first. I put in a brand new spark plug. I cut down a screwdriver and tried to adjust the fuel mixture. That absolutely did not work. So I went out and bought the proper tool for adjusting fuel mixture on a carburetor. I threw some seafoam into the gas so that I could try to clean the carburetor out, then headed back out to the trail. I adjusted that fuel screw all the way through its full range and it seemed to make no difference. I later found out that adjusting this screw for my problem was a complete waste of time. Apparently, this adjustment is only used in the first quarter of the throttle. My problem's happening in the last half. I started today out by draining the gas out of the tank. This process taught me exactly how little I knew about how gas tanks on motorcycles work. Just in case I was having a problem with the gas tank not venting properly, I did this check. When I removed the gas cap, it seemed to speed up the flow rate.
Remove.
Later, I did find my drain vent tube was pinched by my handlebars. Well, at least I said 1.75 quarts because that's when it actually stopped flowing. I did not know there was still a lot of gas left in this tank. Let's inspect that vent tube. These are actually pretty nifty. They're removable tie wraps. You just lift up on the tab and pull. You need 3 hands, but it's still nifty. I removed the front fairing for access. Then I noticed I had a wire bundle riding problem, which I fixed when I did a reinstall. While the gas is draining from this thing, let's fix that bent hand grip. Wow, this thing's tight. I guess I should have loosened the other end first. Let's chalk it up to learning curve. After bending that handguard back into place that it kind of belongs, I'm going to install some spacers to move it further away from my clutch handle for the next time I bend it. I found this is a convenient place to store a lot of Velcro. Velcro is an easy way to hold parts into place when you break them, and when my hand hits the handguard, it actually helps cushion the blow. Now, to address that pinched vent tube, I'm going to install handlebar risers. Before loosening the handlebars, take note of the position that is currently mounted in. You'll find a lot of Sharpie marks all over my bike. Okay, let's get this seat off here. It's pretty easy. The original TTR uses 10mm bolts here. I'm running 13mm. Yeah, that's a long story. Let's remove the side panels. The air filter is located on this side. That filter fits into a little teeny slot. It only goes in one way. I actually have two air filters. That way, after a dusty ride, I can easily swap it out, then take my sweet time cleaning the other one. I use this brand of air cleaning kit because I had read that it's high quality. Well, I can tell you that their applicators aren't high quality. That spray bottle only worked the first time I ever used it. Here I spend about 10 minutes working this filter to try to get it completely degreased and cleaned. Afterward, we give it a good healthy rinse job and then set it aside to dry. Inspect it for tears or holes. Then work in a very liberal coating of oil. Where the filter contacts the mounting bracket, I give it an extra layer of grease along here to make sure no dust gets through there. Since I always choose to be the guy in the back, I breathe a lot of dust, and I'm sure my bike tries to as well. Okay, I'll install this later. Back to the bike. The TTR has these clear tubes. They give you an indication of the quality of the air that's coming into the carb. In this case, it kind of looks like I might have either had too much oil in my filter, or a little water might have made it past my side panel. I clean and degrease these before I put them back on. I then give the air box a good degreasing and cleaning. Wow, would you look at that? It's time to continue my education on gas tanks. Now that the handlebars are higher and out of the way, I can actually get the vent tube out. Remove this big strap in the back. I've still got 2 bolts to remove up front. But first, let's remove this gas line, because after all, there's no gas in here, right? Can someone please leave me a comment and tell me why this gas didn't drain through my carburetor? Note to self, from now on, close the fuel cutoff valve before you dump gas all over your bike. Again. Let's see how much fuel is still left in this tank. Apparently, all this fuel was on the right-hand side of the tank and couldn't make it over to the drain line. So am I just carrying this much fuel around that's unusable? With the gas tank off, I can now access the ignition coil. Initially, I thought the coil was bad because my service manual said that the resistance was supposed to be this value. My resistance check showed it at least 10K higher than that. But a friend pointed out to me that I was actually measuring through the boot, which actually has an extra 10K resistance in it. So this coil was actually good. So, spoiler alert here, even though it measured good, everything I did to try to fix this hesitation problem didn't work. So I put a new coil and boot on order anyway. I gotta try something. Let's reinstall the new coil. I put a tachometer on my bike. This wire I'm wrapping up is the inductive pickup for that tach. It goes right around the plug wire. With this unit, it tells me how long the bike has been running. I have 160 hours of seat time. Removing the air box. I'm doing this for two reasons. I want to clean underneath here, and in several videos I saw where they're removing the carburetor, having that boot from the air box to the carb made it extremely difficult. Simple solution, just get it out of there. We can finally tackle removing the carburetor. I paid special attention to the installation of the throttle cables so I could put them back exactly the way I took them out. I'll place a link above to the video where I cleaned this carburetor out. I had an extremely knowledgeable person show me how to do it, and I recorded it for everyone. Well, I reinstalled the carburetor in the reversed order that I took it out, temporarily placed the gas tank into place, put the air box back in, and then put the filter in. Since the filter doesn't work without the side covers, I installed those. I then filled the carburetor up with gasoline to see if it leaks. I don't have any leaks, so now I can put my non-pinched vent hose back in. Tighten the strap on the tank, and don't forget to do the 2 bolts in the front. Tighten them down as well. The moment of truth. Will this thing start again?
Please start. Okay, we got ignition. Choke out. Oh, God.
Well, this is unexpected. That choke really doesn't want to move. Must have been a result of me cleaning the carb out.
I don't like that. Let me exercise it. That's not a good sign, babe. That's not a good. Half choke.
It won't even start anymore. Huh. I play around with that fuel air screw, or I think they call it an idle adjustment.
Okay, that's half a turn. Okay, let's go the other direction, half a turn. Which means I gotta go a full turn. Let me make sure I'm getting gas.
Let's open up the float drain and see if gas comes out.
Not very much gas.
There we are. Now we're getting more gas. So I let this thing idle for about 15 minutes until it was nice and hot.